What is going on, guys? Mizy here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the new game Mario Kart 8. And I got a new mic too, so I should sound better than before, hopefully. So the game's been out for about 3 weeks. I kind of wanted to do a video like this after I've gotten to feel for the game a little bit, so that way I wouldn't make a rushed opinions video and then things in my opinion would change down the road and things like that. So first off, karts pretty much dominate this game. It is the exact opposite of Mario Kart Wii, where everyone is in a bike, funky flame, whatever that crap. Now this game pretty much is switched around. I myself still use a bike in this game just because I find it a lot more enjoyable, and to be honest, the vehicle combinations don't matter too much so far on Wi-Fi. I'm sure as the game progresses, people will improve with the carts on Wi-Fi and things like that. But as for now, it doesn't really matter too much of what combos you are using. I'm sure a lot of you guys know of the fire hopping bunny hop mechanic that carts in some bikes have. The inside drifting bikes do not have the fire hopping feature where you get an orange mini. If you don't know what the fire hopping feature is, it's where you create a orange mini turbo and then hop to the left and right, and it maintains your boost, so you're going a lot faster than you would just by releasing your mini turbo and just driving straight. That mechanic kind of basically killed the inside drifting bikes. I mean, like I said, I still use them because I find them enjoyable to play with, but I'm sure sometime down the road I'll have to switch over to a kart unless there's a similar mechanic found out for bikes. I do think that going on boost panels and then trying the fire hopping mechanic with the inside drifting bike works. I cannot confirm that, but I think it does. So now that we got the vehicle accommodations out of the way, I'm going to go into the characters now. A lot of people do not like the character roster for this game, and I myself I'm not too fond on it. I don't really mind it that much because I never really used a wide variety of characters, but it's still kind of weird to just have Koopa Kart Wii or Koopa Kart 8, whatever. I personally am not really too big in the Koopalings. I know a lot of people like them, they're just not really my type of characters, and a lot of people complain about the babies kind of overtaking the roster as well with the new Baby Rosalina. For me, Baby Rosalina was pretty much like an obvious thing that was going to be on the roster for Mario Kart 8. I mean, like, how could you not see that coming, especially with how big Rosalina was with Mario Kart Wii? Also, a lot of people don't like the departure of some of the characters such as Boo, Bowser Jr., Birdo, and Diddy Kong. I'm kind of sad about that because Boo and Bowser Jr. are some of my favorite characters in the Mario franchise. I like Birdo too. She's kind of a fun derpy, or she? I'm not sure, but Birdo is a very troll character. I think it's fun to just derp around with and use her or her every once in a while. Diddy Kong I really don't care about, so I'm sorry to the people who do like him. Overall, the character roster really isn't anything special in my opinion. My favorite character roster out of all the Mario Kart games would probably have to be Double Dash, just because they introduced like so many new characters and cool things with that game. And then probably Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii had a pretty good selection as well. But then with like Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8, they just kind of went downhill in my opinion. Alright, so we've done characters and vehicles, so let's go to the tracks now. So I myself actually like a lot of the tracks in this game. Pretty much on my first day playing this game, I could care less about like which track it was, just because at the time I liked them all. As I started to play more, obviously you're gonna grow to dislike some courses, but for the majority I like a lot of the courses, and that's kind of how it was with Mario Kart Wii as well. At the start of the game I really only liked a few, and then as I progressed on playing the game I got better at more, and then I started enjoying a lot more tracks that were harder for me to race on at the time. And that's kind of how it is with this game too. I kind of hated a couple tracks as well, such as Bone Dry Desert, but that's probably one of my favorite courses now that I learned how to drive it. A lot of the courses though, unlike in Mario Kart Wii, they really don't have too many shortcuts. I'm not sure if Nintendo intentionally did that. I'm thinking they probably did because of how broken some of these shortcuts were in Mario Kart Wii. And you know how in Mario Kart Wii there are a lot of like broken shortcuts such as like the DDR Ultra, Mushroom Gorge Gap Jump, things like that. All these BC3 shortcut, all that good stuff. Nintendo probably didn't want to have their tracks ruined by such big shortcuts like that, so they're really There's basically just the Nintendo made shortcuts, and there's really no like golden strats in this game such as there were in Mario Kart Wii. So that can be a kind of a good thing and also a bad thing as well, so it just kind of depends on how you look at it. It doesn't make too much of a difference for me, but it definitely does take away from quite a bit of the game. But overall, the tracks look really nice. I'm pretty sure everyone can agree on that, whether they like this game or not. The tracks are fun to play on, and just overall, some of the best tracks in the Mario Kart franchise in my opinion. So now that we got pretty much all the basic things out of the way, let's go into the gameplay mechanics. So I've put about around 90 hours into this game since its release, so I have a pretty good feel for how the game plays so far. And obviously, games are going to progress and change over time, especially with like the competitive community as well. It definitely won't change as much as Mario Kart Wii did from the beginning to 2014. Just because of the fact that really no one before that has played a Mario Kart competitively. So people going into this game already know how to play competitively, and there really isn't a ton of things that they're going to change. Obviously Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart Wii are completely different games, they have completely different game mechanics. It just won't change as much over time like Mario Kart Wii did. So the gameplay mechanics for me just seem a little bit too, I don't know, gimmicky I guess. It's really like Mario Kart 7-ish, although it's kind of mixed in with Wii's a little bit, and then it has like its own mechanics as well. So I myself don't really mind Mario Kart 8's mechanics much. Like they're not bad, but they're not necessarily amazing or anything like that. The item distribution is what most people have been talking about, whether it's pretty much the make or break for this game. The items are really weird. If you haven't played the game or you haven't really watched too much gameplay from it, it's pretty much like Mario Kart 64. You can get stars and second and shocks and high positions and things like that. Much however far first place away is, the pack will get better items, or if first place is a lot closer to the pack, everyone will probably get the same items. So Nintendo really tried to cancel out bagging by using this mechanic. I'm gonna go ahead and guess, like, why else would they do something like that? So you can't drop from like second to 8th anymore and get a golden or a star or something like that. Most likely if you try to do that and first place is close to the pack, you'll probably pull like a banana or a green. So it's really weird getting bananas in like 8th or last, or I've gotten a single banana in 12th before, which is really weird. And now if you're in second, you'll be able to pull crazy items such as stars, goldens, triple shrooms, and pretty sure you can pull shocks as well. The highest I've pulled a shock in is like 6. I've seen people pull it in like 3rd though, so yeah, it's pretty weird sometimes. It takes some getting used to. Like even after playing the game for 3 weeks, I'm still like really surprised when I get like a single green and like a low spot. I'm like, why the hell did I just get this? Thanks Nintendo, this is definitely gonna help me catch up. So the items are a little bit weird compared to like previous Mario Kart titles, so it takes some getting used to, but they kind of work with this game, to be honest, just because of how this game is really like item based. I feel it's a lot more luck based than previous Mario Kart titles, but I don't know, it kind of adds to the game as well. Like another thing is, in second place you can pull triple red shells, which I think is probably the downfall of this game's item system. So in first place you can no longer chain your items, such as, say, in Mario Kart Wii, you get a green shell, you're going to trail it behind you, run into another box, you'll get a banana. Therefore, you have 2 protection items. But now you can no longer do that, and you can also not pull triple bananas in first, unless it's on frantic mode. At least I have not seen anyone do it so far. So therefore, since second place can pull triple red shells, and they come up quite often. Red shells are probably the best item in this game, to be honest. They very rarely break on walls. Like, it's not like Mario Kart Wii where you can just drive around a wall and the red shell will break. No, the red shells do not do that. They'll follow you wherever the frick you go. It's really annoying. Red shells are definitely probably the most annoying item in this game, but they can also be very nice when you pull triple reds in second. Reds in second come up way too much, and I think it's kind of an OP item, especially when first place cannot chain their back spam. But that's probably really the only complaint I have about the new item distribution. Also, blue shells have been nerfed, so that's pretty nice. Also, I find it really strange how bananas are the item that make you spin out the most over blues, bullets, and bombs. Like, if you get like build or starred now, you pretty much really don't lose that much time, especially if you have a mushroom. It's nothing like Mario Kart Wii, where if you get Bill, you go like flying 10 feet and bounce all over the place. You also don't lose your item if you get build or star too, which is also very nice, because if you have a, like I said, if you have a mushroom, you can just shroom up right away as soon as you get hit. Overall, I enjoy this game a lot, and I think a lot of people are being very quick to judge it, people comparing it to Mario Kart Wii, because that's what they've been playing for the last few years or whatever. A lot of people don't understand that this game is not Mario Kart Wii 2, and it's going to have different mechanics from Mario Kart Wii. We should really just give this game some more time just to get an overall opinion on it. It's not a bad game at all. It's a very fun and addicting game. Or also people switching over to it from Mario Kart Wii expected to just have the same skill that they did in MKW. So overall, my opinion on Mario Kart 8, it's a very fun game, and it definitely feels very fresh. So I think we all needed something like that, especially when we've been playing Mario Kart Wii for so long. It still takes time to get used to it, obviously, and everything, and new strats and new techniques are still being found out every day, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this game evolves over time. That's pretty much it, guys. Let me know your general opinions on Mario Kart 8 if you played it in the comments below. I'm very curious to see what people have to say about it, since it's been out for a decent amount of time so far. But until next time, I will see you guys later.